just enter into that small case back. So that's that. Then what do we use measuring tape for? Like its name mentions, it is used for taking measurements of length, breadth, and even height. So that's just the usefulness. The next equipment is Primastic Compass. It is normally placed on a stand. It has a prism, a compass card marked in degrees. If you look closely into this picture, you will see that it is calibrated round. Then you see something like the hand of a clock there, so it is calibrated in degrees. Then it's also calibrated in half degrees, minutes, and seconds in a clockwise direction. It has straight slots. Then it is used for taking bearings and measuring angular distances. Once you measure distance of this particular place, 79 longitude, 79 degree longitude, latitude, and things like that. So you'll be able to take accurate measurement of your farmland and the location on the map. Now, the next equipment is what is called the theodolite. It consists of a tripod stand made of wood or lightweight metal in solid or telescopic legs. Can you see? That's what the man is using. The tripod stand forms the base of the instrument. It has a lower plate which contains the graduated horizontal cycle made of glass or brass. It has a spirit level which is used to define horizontal plane against which angles of elevation or depression are measured. When you are doing your construction, you must have a basic or a straight line where you put your protractor and you'll be able to measure. So that's just what that spirit level is. So you'll be able to define, there should be definition of an horizontal plane from which you'll be able to measure your angle of elevation or angle of depression. What is a theodolite used for? It is used to measure horizontal or vertical angles or planes. Now, arrow or pin is the next equipment. It is a thin pointed steel wires of about 30 centimeters long with one end curved into a ring. You see? One end is curved into a ring. A red cloth is normally attached to the ring so that it can be seen from afar, not to cause danger. You have seen it, okay, you'll be able to avoid it. Then it is used during training for marking of chain length as measured. Then it can also be used for marking station. The next one is the offset staff. It's a graduated rod about 3 meters long. It has a hook which may be fitted at the top for the purpose of pulling a chain through a hedge. Can you see that hook at the end, the ash colored portion? Then each telescopic link is about 0.3 meters, that is 30 centimeters in length. An offset staff is used for taking short offset measurements. Now, we talk about a beacon or a pillar. It's made up of rectangular block, usually in concrete form. Marks are usually inscribed on the top of the block. The beacons are always buried in the ground with marked head raised a little above the ground. It is used for marking off points measured and for the recognition of the measured area. For instance, you have a portion of land that is so length and breadth. So what this beacon or pillar is for is just to show the landmark. Okay, your land starts from there. This is the beginning of your land. So you put your beacon or your pillar there, and it ends here. So when it is seen, when there is land dispute, is that pillar that everybody is looking for. Okay, where is the pillar? Okay, so it's erected there, so okay, so we can see the boundaries of the land. Now, general maintenance of surveying instruments. How do we maintain our instruments? First, all instruments must be kept clean after use for it to last for longevity. Then, our instruments should be kept in dry and cool places. The metallic parts should be oiled, greased or painted so that rotting does not set in. before you put it away for a long time. You should keep instruments away from heat and rain to prevent damages and rusting. You should also replace the worn out parts on time before the whole instrument gets condemned. Then use the instrument only for the intended functions. Don't start using instruments for what they are not cut out for. Use them for the purpose for which the manufacturer created them. Then let competent surveyor handle and use the instrument only, or as he may direct you. Let the competent surveyor handle it, or handle it as the surveyor has directed you. Now, we'll be talking about farm planning. Farm planning is a drawing or outline of a farmstead. We want to plan our farm. We want to put, okay, let's erect toilets here. Now let's put the animal stead here. Now this portion of land will be for planting. Then this place will be the farm building where staff will stay and things like that. So the proper use of your land, putting the land into use for which it is best suited without the risk of land degradation. That is what is called farm planning. What importance does farm planning have? First, it enables the farmer to make proper use of his land. It's not just an afterthought thing. Okay, I have 500 acres of land. Okay. Let me plant on 10 acres. And later, you now think, oh, I should have been planted on 400. And this building that I rated on this social number of acres, that is too much. I will have used that land for something better now. No, so that such will not happen. Such kind of regrets will not come in. You have to plan the use of your land from the beginning. Okay, so we'll be using this place for this particular function. We use this one for this purpose. So it enables the farmer to make proper use of his land. It also ensures the proper siting of certain buildings or structures in certain locations within the farmstead. Okay, because of this social reason, so as to prevent this, so as to do this, let's locate our building here. Then it ensures the location of livestock building in relation to other farm buildings. Then it promotes the neatness and prevention of pollution within the farmstead. When there is proper planning, everywhere will be in shape. Not like when there is no planning, everywhere will be disorganized. Just be thinking of things out of the blue, like, oh, let's do this, oh, let's do this. But when you have sat down to plan your farm very well, you discover that there will be neatness and pollution is reduced to the minimal level. What is a farmstead? A farmstead is a farmhouse and all its production and processing structure. The farmhouse's production and processing structure is called the farmstead. But it is both a home for the farmer and the production center. Factors influencing the siting of a farmstead. First is the topography of the land. Okay. Then the soil type. What type of land is it? The portion of the land where you have sandy soil is better for you to use that for building. Where you have loamy soil is better for you to use them for planting and things like that. So you have to consider those factors before you put your farmstead in place. Accessibility. How accessible is it to the roads, to the market? So those are the things you will consider in siting your farmstead. Water supply. Oh, you are siting fish pond in a place where there is no water. You know that is a serious issue for you as a farmer. So water supply is another thing you consider. Okay, for even the animals, for your crops, you want to do irrigation. Oh, there is enough supply of water that we can use. There is a source of water around that we can use. Health and hygiene, another thing you consider. Okay, this place will be good for our animals. There is no pollution around and things like that. The nearness to the market. You don't go and site farming a place that will take you thousands of kilometers to get to the nearest farm. That is not wise enough. So that's the factor you consider. Okay, when I harvest my tomato, in the next few hours, I should get to the market and sell it off. That's another thing you will consider. Then drainage. okay, excess water. How will I remove excess water from this farmland? That is another factor that should be considered. What importance does farm planning have? First, it allows for proper utilization of resources without wastage. You plan very well for your resources. Then it makes the farmer more responsive to market demands. Okay, the consumers are saying, okay, this is what we want, this is what we like, this is what we want to do. So it will make the farmer to be able to meet the needs of his customers. Then it encourages efficiency of farm activities. When you have everything properly planned, then things can be in place. Then it makes coordination and control of farm operations very, very easy. Now, let's look at the principle of farmstead layout. What principle should you engage in when you are embarking on your farmstead layout? First, you plant crops on the best soils within the farm. That is why you should check. You have to do farm survey. Check your land. Okay, this place, okay, this one is not too good. Oh, this is the best portion. That best portion is where you locate your crops. Then livestock building should be located on the poorest soil within the farm. Don't go and plant on where it's poor and now put your farmland the other way around. No. Then buildings should be located in easily accessible area. That's another principle you should bring in planning your farmstead. Then farm buildings should be located on slopes to avoid erosion that will demolish your building. Then residential and office buildings should be located far away from the livestock building to avoid the noise and unpleasant odor from farm animals, waste and dung. So those are the principles that you should embark on in laying out your farmstead. Now we move on to talk about forestry management. A forest is a large area of land covered with trees and bushes, either growing wild or planted for some purposes. You know, forest can be natural or artificial. That is why that statement is there that it's either growing